Every morning I board the same train. This train is my escape route, my refuge. At every stop I gaze out the window and lose myself in the lives of others. But there's one stop, one place that holds everything for me, my old home. The house I shared with Tom. Now, someone else lives there. Tom's new wife, Anna. And I'm just a spectator, looking in from the outside. As the train approaches, my eyes always drift to the same spot. A few doors down from my old house lives a couple, Scott and Megan Hipwell. I watch them every day. To me, they are the perfect couple. Scott appears strong, protective, the ideal husband. Megan seems graceful, happy, full of energy. When I look at them, I imagine myself in their place. Maybe that's why I've idealized them so much, because they seem to have something I'll never have again, a happy life together. But were they truly happy? At the time, I didn't know. One day, as I was on the train, watching them as always, I saw something unexpected. Megan was kissing another man. I was shocked, utterly stunned. It felt as if everything I believed in, every story I'd built in my head, was crumbling before my eyes. Why would Megan do such a thing? She was betraying Scott. That moment didn't just shatter the perfect picture I'd painted of their lives. It reminded me how wrong I'd been to assume that what I saw from the outside was the truth. And then, not long after, Megan disappeared. Her disappearance was a turning point for me. I didn't know what to think or how to act. But one thing I was sure of, I was in that neighbourhood the night she vanished. I'd been drinking heavily, far too much. I couldn't remember much of anything. My mind was full of gaps, missing pieces I couldn't piece together. But I felt it deep down. I'd seen something. What happened that night, I kept asking myself. Did I see something? Act on something? Or worse, did I do something? These thoughts consumed me. News of Megan's disappearance spread everywhere, and people whispered theories, pointing fingers. But for me, this wasn't just a story. It was my responsibility. I had to find out the truth. I became obsessed with the case. I spoke to the police, but they didn't take me seriously. Tom, Anna, everyone around me warned me to stay out of it. But there was something inside me, a pull I couldn't resist. I had to know. As I dug deeper, I uncovered truths about Megan's life that shocked me. Her life wasn't as perfect as it seemed. She carried a deep pain. She'd lost a child when she was young, a grief that had shaped her life ever since. She couldn't move past it. She'd shared her feelings with her therapist, Kamal Abdik. But Kamal wasn't just her therapist. Their relationship had crossed boundaries, becoming something else entirely. Was Kamal a confidant? Or something more sinister? Could he have had a role in Megan's disappearance? I also reached out to Scott. I wanted to help him, to support him, but also to find answers. I needed to know what happened the night Megan disappeared. Scott was overwhelmed by anger and grief, and being around him was difficult. But I had no choice. To fill the gaps in my memory, I had to be involved in this. Eventually, when I began to piece my memory back together, the truth hit me like a freight train. Tom. Yes, my ex-husband, Tom. I discovered he'd been having an affair with Megan. And worse, Megan had become pregnant with his child. Tom, desperate to keep this secret, had killed her. Learning this shattered me completely, but it also revealed who Tom truly was: a liar, a manipulator, and now, a murderer. I had to confront Tom. It was the most terrifying moment of my life. There he was, the man I once loved, standing before me, but now I barely recognized him. He had destroyed me, manipulated me, and ruined my life. And now he was a killer. At that moment, everything came together. I had no choice. I had to stop him. For the first time, I acted not out of fear, but out of strength. In self-defense, I killed Tom. After that night, my life changed forever. Megan's murder was solved, but in uncovering the truth, I also found a way to rebuild myself. I decided to confront my alcoholism, to start over, to open a new chapter. I knew it wouldn't be easy, but Megan's story taught me something important. No matter how far you've fallen, it's always possible to rise again. And that is my story, The Girl on the Train. As I watched the lives unfolding outside my window, I thought I was observing others, but in the end, I was forced to confront my own life, and that confrontation made me who I am today. So what about you? If you were in my place, what would you have done?